And welcome back to EXP Grind. You're here with Lael420, and we are here playing Elden Ring, giving some more tips for YouTube's Zorn the Great. If you haven't already, go and check out Zorn the Great's channel on YouTube, and go give him a like and a subscription to his channel. You guys go check out his stuff. He is now currently going through Elden Ring and a game called Schedule One. If you haven't already been checking out those games lately. And a bit of Roblox and Subnautica videos. So go check those out. Zorn, I shall chill here for just a moment until you get here to explain a few things. So yeah, I was over here placing down my summon sign. I was using your password there to try to get on, but it didn't work. Unfortunately. So I'll switch that back to my usual. Usually, actually, speaking on that, to just actually make that blank. By making that blank completely, going to multiplayer and just activating your finger curl remedy at places like this, you'll get a lot of these gold summon signs to appear on the ground. You touch one, and you literally just summon a cooperator into the world. You can summon them just at most of any and all these summon signs whenever you happen to. Sometimes you'll find them next to the graces, just whenever you happen to go to certain areas or even in front of certain bosses or anything. But most often than not, the signs will almost always appear at the summon sign or the summoning pools. So we summon him, and is wondering if we'll get the other guy or not. Don't know if he'll be summoned in or if he'll get kicked out. Not sure. Let's lure in an invader. Well, oh yeah, he did show up. Dang. Okay, so we got 2 summons now. So yeah, this is multiplayer. You'll have a couple of other guys and everything hanging out with you and going about the game and everything right along with you. So yeah, these 2 guys, they've both been to the DLC. And that guy just left on his own and everything for his own reasons. Right as we're invaded by a bloody finger. And that's our invader right down over there. He really tried to go completely invisible. If he went this way, most likely he's trying to walk around us this way. At least I would think so. Those are just sheep. There he is. And he wants to run away. So he's trying to get us to go to some other place. And since we're the host, when you die, everyone leaves. So since I'm the host, they all are all sent back to their world, regardless if the other two are fighting over there. So, Zorn, are you here, buddy? If you don't end up showing up particularly live while I'm here and everything, I'll go ahead and just continue on forward to show you the path and stuff like that. Um, the other thing I want to show you, actually, now that we're thinking about the spirits and everything, know that all the spirits, if you read, it says that they all have a cost. One is a HP cost, the other is an FP cost. Well, the FP cost is literally your magic, your focus points that you happen to have and everything like that. And all of that is literally whether or not you have enough of it to summon anything. Some summons will cost health, such as these ones, or these ones, or my personal favorites also cost health. But most of the other ones all cost magic. The one in particular that you got, if I'm not mistaken, was... Which one was he? He was down here. Not Finlay. You got Lutel the Headless, I believe. No, not Lutel. Wait. You didn't get Lutel. Which one did you get? Vanish Knight? Wait. Which one is the one that you got from that room? From that place you just got today? Really certain it was him, right? Lutel the Headless? So see, you need 104 on FP maximum in order to be able to even summon Lutel. So increase your mana, your mind stat a little bit, and you'll be able to summon him. That's all it'll take. Just having more magic to be able to summon in general. So you have to increase your blue bar. So, yeah. Increase mind, increase that. And if we go over to equipment load, or not equipment load, to my stuff, I can use, or switch out this since it's literally just the host trick mirror. But take a good look at my equipment load right now. My equipment load is at 55.5 or whatever, right? If we were to go all the way up to, where are the Great Jar Arsenal? These are the three, what's called equipment, what's called load increasing charms. I'm trying to get you the literal max biggest one of the whole game. You can literally stack all three of them if you really wanted to use all three and get other ones later on, but if you find the other two. But as you'll notice, my max equipment load increases as I literally go all the way up. It'll go up by a certain amount, which is more than enough for when you're using for your equipment load, other than just lowering the amount of armor and stuff that you are, in fact, wearing. Just always keep increasing your stamina and everything like that, of course, will also increase your equipment load, but this will definitely give you a little edge over certain ones, especially when you really need it for the larger, thicker, bigger weapons and everything. Keeping increasing endurance and your strength and everything for that, along with getting the Great Jar's Arsenal when we can. I think I showed you how to get that talisman in my last stream, so go and get through my last stream and you should be able to find that talisman. But for now, we're going to go ahead and make our way over here to Liurnia. Specifically, and I've already gotten you to get this grace, Boil Prawn Shack Grace Point. You've also already technically have South Rylacarian Gate, and you probably should have Temple Quarter Grace Point. Not sure if you ever picked this one up when you went through here. I know you went near the Temple Quarter, but I don't think you ever found the Grace that was next to it. It's where the dragon and where you got the key for the school over here at. Anyway, your whole next focus and focal point in your next stream, like I said, to be able to continue watching the rest of the Carbot animations, this is what I'm going to have you do. There's two places you need to go to in Liurnia. in order for you to be able to continue watching the next at least 10 episodes before visiting other spots within Liurnia altogether. Okay? So first is the one that I had you go and find, which are you already have the grace to start off with, and you can go there first and get this done first if you wish. If not, you can go and do the other part I'm going to explain last. And by go through this section, you'll get yourself a pretty cool weapon and everything like that that'll send you along the way. Right here, we have Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Not only will that get you your next bell bearing for your the first bell bearing, should I say, of your smithing stone, so you can upgrade other weapons and everything, or basic weapons. You'll need to go through there for one of the Carbot animation episodes, and the other will be going up to this place called Karya Manor. So you're going to end up traveling pretty much all on the left side of all of Liurnia, all the way up. You can enter onto this land for any of these low points near the water. Any of these higher edges and ledges you can't, obviously, but pretty much all these low ones you can just enter this side of the landmass just on your own, like whenever. Just go to that side. You're just going to continue going north and keep going north until you reach the Road to the Manor Grace Point. Hard to explain without the actual NPC here, but the NPC is no longer there in this playthrough for me. I could just head there. Alright, Zorn, so when you're going through, you're going to end up meeting this particular place, a King's Realm Ruins. When you get through this place, there's a bunch of enemies here that are chucking around magic and are also invisible to you, literally teleporting. They're basically using this incantation to just move around and shit. Anyway, when you get through here, you're going to end up coming across a big wall right over here. You're going to see this outline, and it's going to be covered up. Attack that wall and make your way on through. There's also a weapon that you can find in a crypt in here. Or not a crypt, but yeah, technically a crypt. Watch, let's see. From this doorway, it should be fairly certain it's this way. I think it's this way. Fairly certain it's through. Here it is. I was right. There's going to be an invisible doorway down here that you're going to want to go down. So as I was saying, there's one right over here too, but there was actually a... Oh, watch out. Whenever you see those little knives stacked in the ground, be careful. Those are just magic traps. Anyway, the doorway is up over there for the way you'd end up going and continuing forward. This is a false doorway, but this one is the one you'll most likely find a bunch of signs near this, but there will be underground ahead, therefore try attacking. See, there'll be a couple of signs, most likely probably here, telling you along the way. Go ahead and go down here, and I do believe this means that there's a boss before getting the item. So, oh, well then, perfect. This boss, all you need to do is heal. I'm not even joking. Just keep healing. Okay, yeah, perfect. With this boss, just come in here, you fight the anytime you fight a Revenant, I've already explained this early at the beginning of Liurnia, they're the same enemies that you fight over here in Lascure Ruins that I've explained before. Healing incantations will kill them. So just keep spamming your healing over and over again as many times as you can. You have the lightest heal right now, but it's also the fastest heal. Should be able to heal quicker than anything else. So this boss, don't even attack it with your weapon. Heal. Just heal. You'll stay alive and kill it. And then come on in here and just pick up a new item. Forgot exactly which item. Oh, right. New weapon. Frozen Needle. It's a rapier weapon. It's not half bad. It's an ice type rapier. Pretty cool. Launches a little icicle and everything like that forward and stuff. It's not half bad. So as Shadow was telling you in the game stream and everything, you see that little symbol there on my left side of my screen. You see the little gravestone there. That is wherever you'll be able to summon up your spirits. You'll be able to summon your spirits anytime, anywhere. You just will. Soon enough, we'll go and get you your mimic. We'll go and get you your what's it called, so you can just be duo Zorn. In order to do that, though, you're gonna have to make your way over here to Caelid and beat this boss over here first, before you can even get this thing. Before you can get it, you got to go beat this boss. And then it'll allow access to another area, basically. Underground, you've already been here, down here to Sulphur River Well Depths. And it sent you down to the lower area, down over here. And you go down to the Worshipper's Woods and up and out over here. However, there's this entire above area that's all over here. You'll fight out over here and everything like that, and pretty much near here is where you'll get your mimic tier. You'll actually pick it up in this area of the Night Sacred Ground in this area. But basically, you got to beat a boss in order to be able to make your way and find your way into this upper area. And once you're able to go there, you'll be able to fight the stronger version of that deer that you just beat today. There's a much stronger version of it. Does more attacks, does more cooler moves and everything like that. It's really awesome. So go do that. And then I'm going to try to ignore what's here as much as I can, because this is technically spoilers for later. So I'm going to sit down at the Grace. And then I'm just going to keep looking down a little bit until I get past what I know is right here. So we're going to... right about here. From the Grace, you literally just look up at north to northeast, and you'll see this little castle. And cannot stress this enough. Like I said, you could just go onto the side. There's even an Everjail here to go fight a boss. There's a minor Erd tree to go fight a boss over here. There's a catacombs wrapped around the back end of the tree. So if you literally go around the tree, around over here, there's another catacombs with the boss there. There's what's it called, in the converted tower. You can go at the very top and everything and get yourself another memory stone for magic. There's an enemy you can fight here. That's going to give you the next eye in order to be able to give to the blind girl whenever you find the blind girl again. Next time you'll find her, she should be hanging out over here by the Purified Ruins, somewhere over here by the front. So yeah, there's bosses and everything all along the way. There's some enemies and random items and everything all the way through this path until you get over here to the King's Realm rooms where I'm at now. And then, like I said, get past that doorway. If you literally follow the map itself all the way up, you see that. Fairly certain the map section for this area was somewhere around over here. So if anything, head around over here. I think. One way or another, you're going to be going through here, hopefully, for your next stream. So I'm only going to take you up to the first Grace right up over here. I'm literally only taking you up to that, or getting up to it. Then I'm going to go on the inside, and I'm going to show you from a different Grace point to a different little section. I'm going to show you how to find and get a certain weapon, but I'm not going to show you anything else that's in here other than the area that I'm going to for said weapon. So you'll be running up this path and get all the way up to this. Get up to this castle. And there's going to be a Grace right out over here in the front. So literally you just have to run up the hill to get here. Yeah. So run up the hill, get Grace, and then you'll walk into this at the very beginning. Let's see here. That's some lower level. That's the upper level. So this is the first one, then to the next one. Okay. Okay. This is the one I need to get to. This in particular, Zorn. All right. So when you get to inside and you finally figure out to get to the manor lower level grace point when you're here, and you've seen this little cathedral looking area, and you walk out, you're going to end up being on top of this little tower of, or not tower, but pathway on towers. That's just going to continue as a bunch of little pathways over here. You're going to be running through these paths. You're going to run past all these guys. Well, you can fight them if you really want to. If you want to. Just so you know, I might be level 600, but literally everything in the game can kill you just if you just kind of fuck up in any form of way. So, bit of just a little encouragement other than the fact that you actually beat all these bosses and everything today and everything. Minor enemies are still a little bit of a bitch to get through. And, yeah. Still need to be approached with some level of care and not just going crazy. Unless you got a holy nuke. Or some awesome weapons like that. So anyway, right. This is the doorway we would start from. I do not know how I would be able to get that item. Whatever. Anyway, go through that doorway, come over here to this first one. We're going to take a left. So if you'll notice, there's more than one path. The path you want to go to be able to continue on with this whole dungeon and basically continue out to the next grace and go up to the boss of this area. You're going to want to continue forward on this. You see this little path here? You're going to want to continue going forward. So this right here will make us keep going forward and to go up and up on the top of the battlements, essentially, of this castle area. Instead, for the weapon that I'm going to try to guide, that I'm guiding you to, you're going to go left. You're going to exit out of there, go straight, and we're going to go left. We're going to go on to this little path over here, and we're going to go this way. Your goal is this little square thing right over here. That's going to be your goal to get to the weapon. So you're going to get over onto this little pathway. You're going to hopefully not have any enemies pop up or anything. I haven't had anybody pop up right now. But you'll see we'll have this little opening right over here. And we have this little spot right here. This is the closest you get to the corner of this thing. Do your best not to fall all the way back down to the very bottom and just jump onto the top of this. This is what you need to do. So get on, jump, land over here. Then we're going to work our way down. And you'll see that there's a ladder down over here. We're going to hop down over here. There's other stuff over there, but be careful with this jump if you really want to go and check some stuff out. My suggestion would be to go down here first before you go back up here to double check. Go ahead and slide your way down to the steps, the set of stairs that's there. And there'll be a chest here with a weapon. The weapon in question, and I'm going to show it to you, Zorn. It's a really good sword. And it's one that might end up carrying you through a good number of stuff. It's not that one. Where is it? I think it's a basic sword, isn't it? Here we go. This is the sword here. The Sword of Night and Flame. It's not a bad sword. Not horrible. Nice little look and everything like that. It's got a good design. It's not half bad. think that's... Okay, yeah. So I need to two-hand the sword itself, forgive me, to show you its Ashes of War. So this is its normal moveset, basic slices and strikes, fairly fast, at least faster than your great sword. Doesn't have as much range, but not half bad of a sword and everything like that to deal with when it's just a basic sword swing. However, we have its Ash of War, which is this is a stance weapon. There's a few weapons in the game that do these stances. Basically, whenever you hold L2, which is your move, you'll be put into a stance. Whenever you're in this stance, you'll either follow it up with an R1 attack move or an R3 attack move in order for, or an R3, an R1 or an R2 attack moves, your light attack or your heavy attacks, in order to do a certain move or attack. With this one, it's L1, does a holy super blast of the, basically Renala's Kamehameha. If you want to do some Kamehameha blasts that are very light, press and hold your R1 for a minute and it'll do a good little blast forward. But that's all it does. It isn't like the actual incantation. And yes, there is the actual incantation to do the Kamehameha almost endlessly, and if you have enough magic to do it, you really can. It's actually broken as hell. A lot of players have gone out of their way to make mage builds just to do that shit. But the reason why this is the sword of both Night and Flame is that was the the R1 attack. This is the R2 attack. So yeah. If you have enough magic and you have it for your stance, you create a flame or the R1 and you can shoot forward the blast. It is a magic sword that'll allow you to do those two attacks if you wish to use this sword. A lot of people actually really like this sword. So I'm giving you its location to be able to fuck with if you really want to mess with it. What was one of the other good swords and everything like that that I know you'll end up liking that... you can get earlier. No, Royal Great Swords later. This is the Frozen Needle that we were just looking at earlier. Trying to think, there was a sword I think that I was going to try to tell you about that I can't think of its name of right now. And whether or not we can find or get it for you and everything. Oh yeah, there we go. I've kind of wanted to avoid the concept of Moonveil altogether in any form of way. A lot, as much as I love it, I loved the ever-loving hell out of this weapon early until it became a spam weapon on PvP. A lot of people now online just spam the ever-loving crap out of Moonveil. It is a really cool katana, really nice design, really cool looking. It's great, it's beautiful, but it too is a stance weapon. R1 stance is a horizontal slash. R2 is a vertical slash. Moonveil is a wonderful sword. And I love this sword. Unfortunately, a bunch of jackasses online and everything like that have ruined its name because just the same way they've ruined Rivers of Blood. This one is the original cheese sword in the game, other than just running both Moonveil and Rivers of Blood in both hands, like one of each. It is literally the cheese of all cheese weapons. It does bleed damage like crazy and does a bunch of stupid blood when you do it. This was the original cheese weapon, and that anyone who uses those have just been basically disgraced. Just to hell with everybody who ever uses Rivers of Blood. It was an interesting weapon at the beginning, but now fuck Rivers of Blood now. You wouldn't even be able to get this weapon until much later on in the game anyway. However, Moonveil, you can get actually much earlier. I may or may not have explained it literally in my last episode when I went to this tunnel. Go to this tunnel in my for my last stream there, Zorn, the next time you get a chance, and go on over there. Oh, um, got some new viewers. Hey, dear viewers, I am not happen to be looking at chat basically right now. So if anybody happens to put in any chat, I am unable to read anything that's there. So I'll check that all out later, hopefully by the end of the actual stream, and be able to comment on that. So yeah. So I'm gonna go on right back on in here. We're gonna climb this and see if we can get out of here without spoiling any more of this area for you, Zorn. And you shall choose to come over here and get that weapon, like I said. Um, so that and going and beating the boss of this area. These are the only two other things that you need to focus on for your next stream, Zorn, in order to be able to continue those 10 episodes of the Carbot animations for, what's it called? For Elden Ring animations. So if you want to get to those the next time you get do a stream, go right ahead and get that done. Just to let you know, you've come through here before, and when you come through here again, when you killed these guys and you got this, if you don't do yourself a little favor and you jump up over here, you'll find yourself another somber smithing stone. Always keep an eye out, look behind every little nook and cranny and everything while you're playing the game. There's a lot of stuff that could always be hidden and always be in different places. You never know. You just never know, Zorn. So do yourself a favor, run through all that and get yourself a new smithing stone when you can. Yeah, make your way through this place. This place is huge in comparison to the majority of these things, so they're gonna be almost everywhere. Give me a second, Peeper. All right, dear viewers, give me one moment. I am going to be AFK for just a second. I got to go and help out a family member with something, and I shall be right back. So until then, enjoy my character flopped out on the ground. Oh, I'll be right back. If I die, I die. It's Elden Ring.
that for these guys sometimes. Oh, you're not able to hear, son of a bitch. What the fuck? I'm cool.
Should be some sauces inside of the bag. If not, there's some there, and there's a baggie in here with some more of them. I don't know if you need any more or not. Well, these ones are the super hot ones, so they'll throw some of those ones there for you. These are the suckers. Use the mild and mix the mild with the Diablo. The Diablo will make it really hot, and then the other one will just have more sauce. That's what I do all the time and everything. So. Right? I'll be back in a bit. I'm finishing up in here.
All right, dear viewers, I have returned. Let us go ahead and get back to this. Forgive me for doing a bit of life. Oh, whoa. Shadow has returned to the chat. Holy crap. I think I'm pretty much covered most things, to be honest, Zorn. Or at least for where I'd want you to go next. You just follow everything on the left side of fucking Liurnia and complete this cave in particular that you went to the last time. You didn't get to this particular stream today, but you know what? You did a lot and killed at least around 7 bosses and everything like that, one after the other. And what was it? First attempted 4 of them at least. First life to kill them. Yeah. So to hell yeah, Zorn. Get through this place and fight the bosses at the end of this at this cave. Go fight, and you'll get a bell. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that'll get you the bell bearing for the first 2 smithing stones in order to be able to upgrade your weapons more. From there, you'll be able to continue watching the next 10 episodes of Carbot Animations. I think I double-checked that. I'll double-check that again and get back to you by the time you start the next episode for all that, just to make sure that it is, in fact, 10 episodes and not like maybe 11 or 12, something around there. Just need to double-check by watching them and make sure there's nothing majorly spoilerish. So, yeah. Go up the left side of Liurnia, go to the location I told you, and go and finish off this cave. The Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and leave this cave. I can't teleport out of it immediately. That's the one thing about this place. It really does not want to let you teleport out. It's just like, nah, ride the lift. Walk out of the place. Or go beat the bosses. Do one of the two. Do one of the 2 things. I also kind of forgot. I think there's, yeah. I almost forgot about the Academy Crystal Cave fucking in the back of the actual Academy. Alright, Zorn. That should do it for this particular little tips video. I know I had a little break there at the end. I had to go help out family, but you're pretty much good for the next episodes, or for the next episodes, and next episode of your stream and everything like that. Just run up that side, and yeah, we'll catch you on for the next episode of Elden Ring and for your reaction stream. Catch you all next time as well. For any and all that have been watching, thank you all for watching. You've been here watching Lael420 playing Elden Ring, doing stream, what's it called, Elden Ring tips for YouTube's Zorn the Great. If you haven't already, go check out Zorn the Great's channel. Yeah, you all have a good one. Stay safe out there. Peace out.